In this video, I'm going to give you the very best tips in order to harvest, cure and store your garlic in 2018. So stay tuned. So garlic takes 9 months in which to grow, and it's really important that you harvest, cure and store that garlic correctly in order to be able to enjoy it for the rest of the year. Now, there are lots of different varieties of garlic. There is soft neck garlic and hard neck garlic, but what we have here is elephant garlic. Now, how you can tell about when to harvest your garlic is with a soft neck garlic, the necks will flop over a little bit like onions do. But with a hard neck garlic like this elephant garlic here that is still standing up on end, what you're looking for is the garlic scapes. Now these are the seed heads from the garlic. Now a lot of people cut them off in order to make garlic scape pestos, just like I have here. But what you're looking for with the garlic scape, they usually start off curled, but eventually they'll come and they'll straighten right up, and that's the point when you know your garlic needs to be harvested. Another telltale sign is yellowing of the bottom leaves. That is another indication that the garlic is finished growing, and it's then that you know you can harvest the garlic. Harvesting your garlic, well, it's a case of lifting the bulbs very carefully. Now to do this, we will utilize either a small fork, a small hand trowel, or even a larger fork. And we literally put the spade or fork or trowel, whatever, just below the garlic, and we're lifting at the same time. We don't want to pull. Now, as you can see here, that is a lovely bulb of garlic. So we need to continue harvesting our garlic. That's what we're going to do now, but I'm going to use a bigger fork in which to do that, and we will then get on with the next step. We've now harvested all our garlic, and as you can see, these have turned out to be fantastic garlic. What I usually do in order to be able to pull these out relatively clean is I stop watering for about 2 or 3 days just before harvesting, and that will pull off most of the soil from within the roots and on the surface of the skins. So we just shake off as much of that soil as we can without damaging the skins, and that will suffice for now. And we're going to do that with all of these garlics. We're just going to get the bulk off by pushing it, shaking it, and that will keep them nice and clean in order to be able to do the next process, which is to cure the garlic. Now the garlic needs to be cured in order to store it through the winter. It's a very important process, guys. Get that soil off. Like I said, allow it to stay nice and dry. To store garlic, I use these. Now, these are a mesh tray, and they sit into a shelving unit that I designed around these particular trays. Now I have 3 of them, and I use these as well for storing onions, and they're a great way for doing that. If you can, it's great in order to pull the leaves directly through the hole and store the garlic upside down. And I'll show you what I mean by this now. So we just thread the leaves through the hole and pull the garlic in so it's stored like this within the tray. And what this allows to do is for this section to dry and the top in which to dry off. If you've got huge leaves, they may not go through, and in which case you can just lay them in the tray like this. But if you can do, it's always better to get them fed through the holes. Most will go through, it's just a little bit of patience. Feeding those strings. Even these big huge ones will go through. If you damage the leaves, it's not a major issue. But even the largest ones will go through, look. Just like that. So that's how we store the garlic. As you can see, each bulb has plenty of room for air to move around it, and that's what's going to help in the curing process. And this is how you should cure your garlic. If you can't get them through these small little holes and you've got nothing bigger, then you can lay them in the tray. Now, to finish curing these, we're going to leave them outside while it's nice and warm, and that'll help the skins form and the garlic to dry out. And you'll know when they're ready because these leaves will all turn brown and they will start withering away, which is what we want. If the weather is going to turn bad, we're going to take them inside and we're going to stack them in the rack out of the way. But for today, as you can see, it's quite nice out. We're going to leave them outside and they are going to get away and start drying. Now, as far as storing them goes, hard neck varieties, the easiest way to store those is to cut off all the leaves, leaving about 2 inches of stalk just above one of the garlic. So we're looking at sort of, if I turn this on its side, we want to be leaving about 2 inches of stalk here, okay? And we're going to cut the roots off as well, guys. And then they're going to get stored into a hessian sack or a net bag or something like that, or even they could be just stored on this tray and left in a frost-free, cool, dark place, and they'll stay there all winter and they'll be happy with that. Soft neck garlic. Well, the best ways of storing soft neck garlic is either braid or plait that garlic. Now, a lot of people struggle with braiding and plaiting, and I have a video up here that will help you with that in a more in-depth step-by-step on how to braid and plait garlic. But braiding and plaiting garlic is a great way, but the important thing about storing garlic, guys, is airflow. You must have air circulating around these garlic bulbs. It's no good putting them into a tub or something like that, or a bag that can't breathe, okay? Now you know how to harvest, cure and store garlic. And these are my best tips for harvesting, curing and storing garlic in 2018. I really love garlic. It's fantastic in all sorts of recipes, things like bolognese and what have you. So what are you waiting for, guys? Get yourself out there. Now you know all the tips to storing your garlic perfectly. Get out there and harvest it now and store it ready for the winter. If you've liked these videos, guys, please consider subscribing. We've got hundreds more on our channel and we'll have plenty more coming. We have videos coming out every Tuesday and Friday at 7 PM Greenwich Mean Time +1. So subscribe and don't miss anything. Click that bell notification so that you're always aware of when we put out new videos. And that just leaves me to say thank you very much for viewing. I really hope you have a fantastic day. Happy gardening, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. They get a really good sized bulb going and they forget to